No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host and to those of the hosts. Discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smackin' Raw podcast episode. Why do I do this anymore? Do you guys actually care? Do you really care what episode it is? It's 245. It is 245. But like, if you're listening every week, you already know what episode it is. And the episode number doesn't really have an effect on the show. But if it's important to you guys, I will continue to do it. Episode 245. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden, Matt Ritter. And I am here with my co-hosts, the Pornhub Poppies. One is muted right now because he was talking about elotes and I was trying to start the show. So I had to stop him so that we could move on and actually get the show started. If he unmutes himself, he is Daddy Delgado. He is still up 2 in the run for Pornhub Poppy. My friend, my family member on the Smackin' Raw podcast, Vince Delgado.
What's up, Matt? Daddy's home. Daddy's back. 3 weeks. What is this, like 3-4 weeks in a row? Consistency.
Like it's insane.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And you still kind of try to like jeopardize things. Like
I'm not trying to jeopardize things. I told you last week, if you don't watch the shows, I am bringing Katie on. And did you watch Rampage tonight?
Was there anything good on Rampage?
Does that matter? Did you watch the shows?
No, of course not. I didn't watch Rampage.
Which is why, from the She Leech Showcase, Miss Katie Kinsey Bay is here. So I have someone to actually talk about shit that's actually seen it and watched it and cares and knows what's going on when it comes to AEW program.
Hey.
And we didn't come alone. Good friend of the podcast. We had recently one other member of the the now defunct Get Yo podcast on in Charlie, and Justin said we don't have enough Asians. I need to be on this shit. So absolutely, my brother from another mother from the Get Yo podcast. Justin, what's going on, man?
What's going on, everybody? I'm glad to be here. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Let's do this, man.
I'm excited that you don't have a fucking delay going on right now, because normally you're in.
Oh man, yeah.
And it's storming out right now. Like,
dude, the weather is wild right now, but I had to find a place.
And we may or may not be joined by JJ. I sent her the invite. I have not heard back from her yet. She may have fallen asleep, but I know it is late for her. So we may have a 5th member. When we do, hey, JJ, we'll introduce her. But for now, let's get into some news and rumors. First and foremost, Ric Flair is trying to kill himself by training to get back in a wrestling ring and have a match. Apparently, Ricky Steamboat was like, no, fuck that, I'm good. Which I don't blame him, but the planned match was a 6-man tag. It was going to be FTR and Ric Flair versus the Rock and Roll Express and Ricky Steamboat, who declined. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to get into the ring and be subject to being the one that put Ric Flair in the ground, or any part of that whatsoever. It is a terrible idea. Rick, I just listened to Smack Raw's UWO, and they had 3 independent wrestlers who were like, fans should never tell a wrestler when to quit. They should quit when their heart says it. Well, I get where you're coming from, but also, Rick, hang it, fuck it up. Like, you're done. It's over. It's time. You need to stop. Also, I realized my wife has him in the Deadpool, not me, so that's a point for her. I need Hulk Hogan or Lex Luger to go this year to get points. So, Rick, yeah, please don't do that until I can get you next year. Wait a year. Then help me out.
Terrible.
You guys got any thoughts on Ric Flair trying to wrestle again?
Katie?
Spit.
Any thoughts, Katie?
I have talked about this shit 2 other times this week. Ric
Uh-huh.
Flair gotta go.
Mm.
Ain't nobody want to
Mm.
see this old ass man get in a ring again. And if you do, we gotta talk. You got something wrong upstairs. Like, nobody wants to fucking see that. Do you want to see this old ass man die in a ring? We have seen people die in the ring before. Nobody wants to fucking see it again. Come on, fucking
Right.
stop.
I'd be down to see Hogan die
Go
in the
do
ring.
something else. Go do something else. You can do promos. Do your woo. I don't care. Don't get the fucking ring. Fuck that.
And I mean,
Uh-uh.
the dude's already got like 5 strikes. Like, God has tried to take this man repeatedly, and he is just kicked out. Like, plane crashes and all sorts of things.
Like,
Survive those, and you're gonna put yourself in the ground by doing this. Like, chill
Yeah.
the fuck out.
relax, Rick. Relax.
I'll save that for last. The Rock gets it. So the Rock's XFL gets a multi-year TV rights deal with Disney, so it will be aired on ABC, ESPN, and FX. Something that Vince McMahon's XFL could not do. But if you gave me the choice of giving TV time to a product run by Vince or run by The Rock in 2022, I'm probably going to go with The Rock. Also, Young Rock is the shit.
Oh, yeah.
there's that.
Young Rock is great.
The Rock could be president. That all makes sense.
Hey, it could happen.
Unless he runs Republican, but neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there.
That could. mm,
Neither here nor there.
On a slightly down note, Virgil is now also dealing with stage 2 colon cancer,
Oh, yeah.
along with the dementia that he was diagnosed with recently. So prayers up to
mm.
former NWO member, former manager, or not manager, former member of
NWO.
well, NWO, but also Ted DiBiase,
Oh yeah.
that whole thing.
Yeah.
And the millions of other things. He was on AEW, honestly, because they've only been around for like 3 years, not too long ago. Hope that he kicks out of this and he ends up being all right, though. You know, dementia, probably not. But hopefully he can beat the colon cancer and live out the rest of his days. Stephanie McMahon said, you know what? I think I need a break, and tweeted out that she's taking a break from her duties as chief brand officer from the WWE. It was reported that most of those duties, I don't remember who reported, it was probably Meltzer, so fuck that, will be taken over by Nick Khan and then divided up amongst various other people. The last thing we need to do is give Nick Khan more power, neither here nor there. But yeah, no, if she wants to take some time, you know, help Triple H do whatever Triple H is doing, because Lord knows we haven't seen him in forever, and we will be talking about him today. Little spoiler.
And that's good for her. I mean, she's been like backstage doing all that stuff for like a whole 20 years, right? Like without a day off.
20.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Stephanie McMahon.
You know, much needed time off. I don't blame her. I would too. She's got two daughters, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
2 sounds
2 or
about right.
3.
Yeah.
That we know of.
I don't know. But yeah, no, take some time off, spend some time with the family. WWE is a very demanding job. So all right. Because we got some more things that came out tonight about this. So on Monday, we were supposed to have a 6-woman number 1 contenders match to challenge Bianca Belair for her Raw Women's Championship. That ended up being a singles match. We'll talk about that. It was reported by WWE that Naomi and Sasha were unhappy with creative and put their titles on John Laurinaitis' desk and walked out. A statement came out from someone who said that they were associated with Naomi. Oh, that's loud. Sorry. I think my furnace just kicked on. Anyway, it normally isn't that loud. Basically saying that they had concerns with the creative. They addressed their concerns. The match was supposed to be restructured. A producer had a shit fit. And then Afterwards, they asked about their tag team titles. They were told that they'd be both in singles programs, and the tag team titles would be put on hiatus until Money in the Bank, at the very least. So they brought up more concerns about that. They were called spoiled, so they said fuck it and walked out. WWE tonight has announced that they have both been suspended indefinitely. They had first they had Corey Graves call them unprofessional, and then they had Michael Cole say that they let down millions of fans. As a fan of both Naomi and Sasha, I will tell you, I am not let down. As a supporter of unions, I will say that I always support a worker's right to go out and ask for what's best for them, and if need be, I guess you consider this a strike in a way, to try and get what they think they deserve. So we're going to get a women's tag team tournament in the future with the 2 tag teams that exist on the entire main roster, to determine who the new women's tag team champions will be. They also pulled all of Naomi and Sasha's merch off of www.shop.com.
What?
Yeah.
I know that.
Their profiles are also gone from the roster page.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
And apparently their Facebooks are deleted too.
And here's the thing. This is because there's a lot of arguing back and forth about whether this is a work or whether this is a shoot. This is way far beyond. Like, I understand seeing what you see on TV and being like, okay, maybe because they're addressing it, it seems like a storyline, but everything else that they've done, we've gone way far beyond anything WWE would ever do for, like, they're not pulling merch for any, they're not taking money out of their pockets for anyone,
right?
Storyline wise. So, and if they are, then I'm getting worked real hard because I don't believe it. But I stand with Sasha and Naomi and hope that they realize what an asset they are, and this all gets straightened out and we see them back on TV killing it very, very soon.
100%. I mean, there's just so much money left on the table without having the 2 of them. You know, I mean, the 2 of them are so marketable, you know, with this tag team division and them together as a unit. I mean, they attract a lot of fans, and they're just money. You know, and the crazy thing about this is that they're, you know, the IWC is so fucking toxic and shit that, like, if this were a man doing this, they'd be like, oh yeah, props to that guy. But because for some reason it's a woman, and in this day and age there hasn't been like that huge woman superstar, this is the first of its kind. So maybe some people aren't ready for that, but in my opinion, like you said, man, like, people got to take a stand. You know what I'm saying? Shit got real.
And we've seen plenty of other people, as has been talked about, walk out. And there's, you know, people talk about how they did mention Stone Cold not showing up on TV and called it unprofessional, and it was a whole thing. But, you know, Tony Storm, Jeff Hardy, so on and so forth, that did not get the treatment that Naomi and Sasha are getting. And this has all been in recent memory. So that being said, what the fuck, WWE? Also, because of all of that, women and women of color specifically, as you know, as I always say, you can go get the Black Lives Matter shirt that Vince is wearing right now. Thank God it wasn't an NWO shirt because I couldn't really see it. Over at YKWrestling.com, they will have the link there where you can pick that up, and all the money is donated to the families of people who have been affected by racial injustice or have lost a family member. Like most recently, the shootings that have occurred, which is again why we talk about why Black Lives Matter. So please go buy a shirt. The money goes to a good cause. TC gives the money out himself, so you know that it's actually going where it's supposed to go. And Katie from the She League Showcase has joined me in selling from Jizzy these awesome shirts that she has right here. Pro wrestling, pro choice, because just like the women in the WWE, all the women around the world should have the right to do whatever the fuck they want with their body. And we support that idea that it should be each individual woman's choice of what she should do with her body, and not a government or governing body, state or federal. So if you guys go buy those shirts from either the She League Showcase or us, you can find that on the Linktree /Creation World. Money from our podcast purchases will be going to Women's Reproductive Rights Assistance Project, WRAP, and money from Katie's show will be going to Planned Parenthood. So either way, money is being donated directly from us to a good cause. So please go support that idea. Go pick up an awesome shirt that you guys can rock, and donate to a good cause.
Yeah. Mine's coming out on Monday.
You're what?
The pro wrestling
Oh,
choice.
No.
Wait, you don't have a podcast, but you have a merch store?
No, I mean I bought the shirt.
Oh, yours is coming on Monday. I thought you said yours is coming out on Monday. I was
no.
because you know what'd be great is if you did do that, and then like where the woman is,
Yeah.
putting the man in the sharpshooter, you just put a little get yo bubble, like talk bubble on top of it.
Oh my god. That's actually kind of clever.
So the
You should
get
do
yo
it.
variant.
Oh, that would be great.
That's actually fucking
That would be
hysterical. Please do
great.
it.
Yeah.
I
I'd buy
Ask
one.
Jizzy to do that. Maybe we gotta ask Jizzy to do that.
I can do that.
Oh, you can do that.
Like any of
All
us.
right.
can do
Okay.
that
We'll
easily.
talk. We'll talk. We'll
Yeah,
talk.
I got you. All right. I've been putting it off for a couple weeks because we've had a bunch of shit going on. It was actually supposed to be the week that the releases happened, but Mike Willis from Patreon has asked us to talk about Triple H's career, seeing as it's pretty much done and over with. So real quick, guys, just thoughts on Triple H overall, his career, maybe some of your favorite matches, highlights. Obviously, in honor, I wore the NXT shirt because NXT Black and Gold is, in my opinion, one of the greatest things Triple H ever did in wrestling, and it was something that we all loved very, very much.
True.
I gotta say, Triple H, man. In the beginning, I wasn't like I didn't really feel him, as the blue blood. But I think his whole match with like Mankind DX really kind of got me into Triple H, and then I followed him all the way up until he became part of corporate ministry, and then he had that kind of part where he was breaking off and becoming the Game. Like that early 2000s Triple H is probably my favorite Triple H.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I honestly think he's underrated. Like when we talk about the greatest of all time, whether it's in the ring or on the mic, accomplishments wise, I know there was a while where everyone thought Triple H was being crammed down our throats, and the whole authority gig and all of that. But really, you talk about Shawn Michaels, you talk about Ric Flair, stupid people say Hulk Hogan because they don't know anything. I talk about The Undertaker, but realistically, for what he did throughout his career, the major storyline, he wrestled everyone. He had great feuds with The Rock, Stone Cold, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. That feud with Shawn Michaels when Shawn Michaels came back. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. The last man standing match at Royal Rumble.
Being the guy that had Rikishi put the hit out on Stone Cold because he did it for The Rock. All of that great shit that he has done. Feuds with Kurt Angle, like the man, and the promos, like the man is really fucking good on the mic, ridiculously good on the mic.
Mhm.
He was also funny too.
Hilarious.
He had really good comedic timing too, I thought.
I think Triple H is one of his greatest legacy is that he has probably one of, if not the coolest entrance of all time with the water bottle spit. Everyone does it. Everyone that grew up being a wrestling. I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. It's gonna be Taker, but no, everyone imitated the whole spitting water when he does his entrance in the apron. I'm not saying it's the greatest. I'm saying it could be a contender.
It's up there. It's top 5.
It's up there as the greatest. Everyone has their own personal choice. I think he has one of the coolest entrances of all time. And then I don't think he's had other than the blue blood era. I don't think he's had a miss in terms of theme songs. My Time, King of Kings, The Game, Evolution theme song. Every single, he's had a shit ton of banger theme songs. You can probably make a whole playlist of just Triple H theme songs. If you want to include the DX one in there too.
Vince,
what's
your favorite Triple H theme song?
My Time.
Yep. Me too.
My Time.
Katie?
I think my time. I don't know.
I mean,
DX?
Yeah, DX is good too.
I was gonna say, if you count DX, it might be DX, but out solo Triple H, it's probably my time.
My time. Yep. And let's not forget too, like he had a live band for almost all his entrances, like especially at WrestleMania. Yeah. Like remember his WrestleMania entrances were like fucking He-Man. Like all of them were like all like Armageddon-ish.
Yeah,
He-Man.
He did go through a few year stretch there where he just had an outlandish over the top entrance.
Dude.
That later Cody Rhodes went on to parody in AEW. But on top of that, like he was part of D-Generation X, he was part of Evolution. He was like the Authority. Some people didn't like, but it was like a big fixture on Raw, like every single week. Like the guy is going to go down as a 3-time Hall of Famer for Evolution, DX, maybe 4-time if you include the Click as an induction, and then just his own career itself. Like, but he's at least a 3-time Hall of Famer, and not too many people can say that other than like Ric Flair.
Once Evolution goes in.
Evolution did go in already.
No, not. Oh yeah, they did.
They went in already, didn't they?
Did they? Wait a minute.
No.
Or what am I?
Because Randy's not a Hall of Famer,
guys. It's Googleable.
Oh, you know what? A Googleable. I don't think that's.
They did like a Evolution reunion, but they didn't.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no,
that's
because it was like Batista and Randy are
to,
not Hall of Famers yet.
Just to clear everyone's fucking conscience.
That Terminator entrance at WrestleMania was trash, by the way.
Trash.
Which one? The Terminator?
Terminator.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I know another person's Terminator entrance was real trash.
Whose?
Kenny Omega's.
Yep. Agreed.
You talk about like when somebody has money to buy a cosplay costume and then the other person has a DIY costume. Kenny Omega was like straight up DIY. Like Vince, you might know this. When you go to like the bodega and they have like the cheap costumes and shit.
Yeah.
Kind of look like the shit that you want. Like that was Kenny Omega's at Wrestle Kingdom when he tried to come in with Terminator.
Oh yeah. I don't think anyone's hit on the Terminator entrance. Is it just the two? Just Triple H and Kenny? Has anyone else?
Don't do Terminator entrances.
No,
you didn't like it?
I don't think
the arm and the skull.
It was stupid. Katie, you Googled something.
Yeah, Evolution is not in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly. I have been wrong once or twice before, but this was not one of those times.
I feel like Randy's been on TV every week for how long recently? Like, guys, we would have heard that he's like a Hall of Famer, you know?
True.
You're right.
I know.
You're right.
And that is a great segue into This Week in Wrestling. Justin, where would you like to start? Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Dynamite?
You know what? I'm gonna flip the script and let's talk about NXT.
NXT
2.0.
All right, we kick it off with hold on one second. Oh, JJ might be coming.
Oh, let's go.
She said just seen this 1 second, but that was 9 minutes ago. So
we shall see.
Make sure she's not waiting in the waiting room.
I look, she's not. Trick Mello loses to Grimes and Solo Sikoa in a tag team match. We got a pretty deadly interview. They aren't afraid of the Creeds. Thea Hale, who is still in high school, apparently has a job with NXT and will be debuting after she graduates. Lash Legend defeats Tatum Paxley to move on in the women's breakout tournament. Tony and the boys discuss different tactics for beating up that bitch Santos, but Tony says he's going to handle this by himself tonight. We got a Duke interview. Is it just me or did his hair grow back really fast? Like maybe because I'm bald, it felt like it was fast, but like it felt like his hair grew back really fast.
I mean, it was 2 months ago.
There's been some time, where we haven't seen him, so anything can happen.
Braun interrupts him on his way to the ring. Braun comes down, answers Joe Gacy's offer to join his cult, and says no. So he must not be white because cults are white people things. We talked about that.
Wow.
He declines and then threatens Joe Wayne Gacy. Joe Wayne Gacy and his red velvet cakes then come down and want Braun to go crazy on him and give him the spanking he deserves. All this from the little platform that's up there in the NXT arena. That's what he said. I'm not making this up. He said it. If Braun gets DQ'd, he loses the belt, is the stipulation that Braun agrees to in this title match. Indy calls out Mandy, something about measuring dicks and anal. What?
Jesus.
Anal.
She did. She said something about. She just said something about shoving something that they measured up her ass.
Oh, I'm interested.
Anyway, that's technically anal. Wesley is pissed that Zion Quinn isn't cleared, so Nathan Frazier's like, "Hey, I'll fight you tonight." Oh, and JJ's here.
Yay! What up?
It still says connecting audio, so she won't be able to answer you.
Relax, Justin.
And now she's muted.
Justin.
So we will ask her to unmute. There we go.
Hi.
Caught us right in the middle of our first
up,
show,
JJ?
NXT, JJ.
Perfect.
So yeah, Nathan Frazier offers to fight Wesley instead, and he's like, I don't know if you want any of this. I'm really angry. Unfortunately, Riddle Shitty Orphan does not scare me whether he's angry or not, so I would have taken the fight too. The Creeds lose to the Viking Raiders. It was confirmed, at least through NXT canon, that was the Viking Raiders' first official loss on NXT to the Creeds last week. Roddy tries to get involved, ends up costing them the match, and the Creeds are even more pissed than they were before because Roddy can't mind his own goddamn business. Santos
fired.
Lies about being himself tonight. Cruz and Wild aren't happy that they can't come out and help him get the cheap win, even though we'll talk about that, how they do. But they get their vague and shady orders, which again, we'll talk about in the main event. Waller tries way too hard to impress Tiffany Stratton. And then we find out we're going to get Waller versus Chase. Braun, leaving the arena, is asked if he is dumb. Duke interrupts and gets challenged to a match, but he defers till next week. Toxic Attraction discusses everyone being so obsessed with them and decides some respects needs to be put on their name, starting with Indy Hartwell. We got the Creeds pissed, but Roddy got them a title shot, and then Pretty Deadly taunts Roddy. So he's like, all right, well, even though I got my boys a title shot, me and my new boy, Damon Kemp, will fight you guys next week. So we're going to get Roddy with Damon Kemp. I love when they have more than one tag team in a faction. It's so smart and great and makes so much sense. Roxanne defeats Kiana James, who looked like a strategic stripper or a sexy secretary.
Yep.
Her finish, apparently Roxanne's finisher is called Pop Rocks.
Yeah.
I don't think she's old enough to know what fucking Pop Rocks are, but okay.
I'll pop those rocks up.
God damn it, Justin. Malik and Idris mock Tony and Santos, and then Tony's boys show up and challenge them to a match because it was disrespectful. I didn't see Legado doing that, but hey, that's Legado. Cora and Roxanne share a moment that Elektra Lopez comes in and shits all over after Roxanne's big win. And then Frazier versus Wesley ends in a DQ because Jurassic Jim attacks both guys. I can only assume hunting and gathering for Sophia Cromwell because Robert Stone is just kind of ancillary at this point. Sangha, who I thought was fired, but apparently wasn't, pisses off Wesley. So Wesley challenges him to a match because Wesley's like, yeah, I might be tiny and skinny, but I'm fast. And I'm tired of people thinking only big men can succeed, even though the entire history of NXT is tiny, fast guys succeeding. Neither here nor there.
True.
And then in our main event, Santos Escobar acts like a bitch, cheats, and gets a win over the great Tony D. He couldn't beat him straight up. So what are we spitting and swallowing from NXT this week?
Dude, anything Trick, Mello, Cameron, Grimes, Solo, Cola, dude, I can watch them feud and fight forever. Fight forever.
Stop it.
I'm gonna swallow Roxy advancing in the tournament. She's actually Roxy. Roxy Perez, whatever. I'm calling her Roxy. I don't care. But but she was the first competitor out of the entire breakout tournament that I wanted to win that advanced in the first round. So I'm swallowing that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead. And swallow Santos Escobar getting the W in the main event. A dub's a dub. Dub's a dub. A win's a win, regardless of how you get it. Because when Tony D's out here busting our crowbar and hitting dudes in dick named Champa, it's all well and dandy. But when Escobar does some heel tactics, then we have some issues, huh? But no.
The other Justin's not here. Don't call him out like that.
Shout out to all the Justins in the world.
Tony is a new man. Now he is the Don of NXT.
Yeah.
And there was no reason he didn't bring a crowbar to the ring. He didn't bring his boys down to the ring to hand him illegal objects. He came out there and asked for a fight man to man, just like he asked for peace. And repeatedly, Santos Escobar, who is my first spit of the night, has shown that he is not man enough to stand toe-to-toe with Tony D without having some backup, whether it be Brass Knucks or his boys. He doesn't have the balls to step to Tony D on his own.
Still got the window. A win is a win. And I, like this goes beyond just like me and Matt going back and forth. But I'm like Tony D still doesn't hit for me. Like I don't get it. I'm not into Tony D. I'm just like he's not bad.
Talking about?
He's not bad. He's not bad. He's not bad, but I just don't care. Like I don't care when he's on TV.
The last time I watched NXT, Tony D'Angelo, he had that, was it burgundy jumpsuit on? Burgundy velour jumpsuit. I see he got a little bit more money. It ain't much, but just a little bit. He just went to all black so he could sweat in the ring.
Right.
There we go.
And actually, JJ hit me up today and she said, unlike my co-host Vince, who just skips out on AEW, even though she hasn't been watching NXT, she was going to watch the Hulu version for the show tonight. So thank you, JJ. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I will say Braun Breaker, he's upgraded himself a little bit too with his little tattoo. And he lost a little bit of weight. He's losing weight. He got that little tan going. I was like, yeah, he's feeling himself. He still need to bring it back down a little bit. You need to humble yourself. And the dude that was up there at the top, that's Joe Wayne Gacy, the one y'all be talking about, that like the Bray Wyatt. Yeah, him with them blue eyes. I was like, okay, you can't scare people with them blue eyes. I was just thinking, how are you going to try to intimidate somebody with blue eyes? I was like, this isn't scary. I'm confused. Are you supposed to be scaring him? Or are you supposed to like challenge him more? I was confused, but yeah, it was good.
What's scary about Joe Wayne Gacy and those blue eyes is you don't know if he wants to fight you or fuck you.
He's a player.
And that's the scary part because it's so close to the actual like John Wayne Gacy, like it's like
no, that is
right, and that's the part that I'm just like it. Yeah, I don't like it either, but it's like
I love it.
It's like too good.
You're
like
sick.
He's like too damn good at being.
And
like,
what's up? The two just sitting there like this the whole time. They were just like,
oh, the Druids.
I wonder
the red velvet cakes.
The
red velvet cakes.
Yes.
Do we have any theories as to who are the red velvet cakes?
I'm assuming it's just two, kind of like Tony D's guys just showed up and it was two dudes they pulled out of the PC. I'm thinking it's the same thing.
Possibly. I kind of hope there's someone there that we recognize.
The ex Johnny Gargano of Insanity.
Yes. The ex members of Insanity.
Johnny Gargano joins the cult.
How dare you? He would never. Not John.
I like Chase U.
Wait.
Got it.
Oh yeah, he's fun. He's fun to watch.
Are you talking about Johnny joining the cult of Joe Wayne Gacy or the cult of AEW? Like, because it seemed like a lot of people thought he was going to join AEW,
and they were wrong.
Which we'll talk about. I'm actually excited to talk about that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be him too. I got fooled with everyone else. I was like, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Elite, that makes sense, and then that jackass came out, but we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
More spits and swallows from NXT. Obviously, every week swallowing Toxic Attraction. I'm going to agree with Vince, and I'm swallowing Roxanne getting the win. I pray to God, like I love Takeda, but I pray to God Roxanne goes over her.
Yes.
Because I would much rather see Roxanne break out than I would Takeda. I don't think she needs that.
That's what confused me. I was. This is a breakout tournament. Isn't that supposed to be for the new up and coming women? Roxy came from Ring of Honor. She's not new. So I was just, in my mind, I was like, okay, she's an experienced wrestler. Why is she even in the breakout?
Well, I mean, Joe Wayne Gacy was in the breakout tournament and he wrestled on the indies too. So it's more so like the WWE mentality of if you never wrestled here, no one knows who you are. So it's breakout for them. I didn't agree with Takeda and Lash being in it because they had been wrestling on TV. They had already had an established feud. I didn't see them as breakout potential there because they've already kind of broken out.
Speaking of, she gets a good one. She gets a swallow. She gets a swallow. That was good.
With the breakout tournament too.
That's a tough swallow. That's a tough swallow.
Justin.
That's like multiple goals.
No, Matt. Wait a minute, Matt. Wait a minute. Just. Now you know what I'm about to ask you. Yeah, you know what I'm about to ask you.
Go ahead and ask me.
I see you to upgrade it. You're not in that closet anymore. You got better Wi-Fi connection.
You know what's funny? You didn't see me twice this week. And I'm in different spots each time. I'm trying to find the right spot. I'm trying to find the right spot. The right G spot. The right G spot. The right G spot.
Right G spot.
Justin hasn't. If you haven't found the G spot yet, you ain't finding it. Time to give up, bro.
Yeah, I'm just. That's not working for you.
Maybe your wife can draw you a map. Any other spits and swallows from NXT?
You know, the only spit I have is with what they're doing with Wesley. That's the only thing.
That's
the only thing. It's like you know. I know that he's like in a tough spot and stuff, but he's like they're not really doing anything with him at all. I mean, I understand that, tough luck, no tag team partner, but they can just get like pushed around and bullied around and shit.
Why did he get tossed like a rag doll, like he was nothing by this big old dude? I was like, wait a minute, why? He's a tag team champion. You don't do your champion right?
Like I mean, prehistoric Paul has caveman strength, so like.
Now, fuck Ancient Andy. That's a spit.
No, honestly, with like the whole Wesley situation, like honestly, I don't know why they don't just like let go of the guy if they're not going to do anything with him. They release talent left and right. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the next time they do like a round of releases, he's one of the names there because like they released Cesaro, they released Dakota Kai, they released Dexter Lumis. Like I'm not advocating for a man to lose his job, but it's like if you're not going to do anything with him, at least let him go to Impact, reunite with Nash Carter, or reunite with Trey Miguel, reunite the Rascals. Yeah. Okay. What's up? What?
No, I was going to suggest put him in. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Women first.
No, go ahead. You want to talk over me anyways, Justin? Go ahead.
No, I was going to suggest put him in Level Up.
Not what I was
have you watched Level Up though, guys? Have you seen Level Up? It's not bad.
I got time.
It's not bad.
But you know what? I'd rather watch Level Up than Rampage. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, come on.
Okay. You two and Level Up. Stop. Katie, please proceed with saying what I'm pretty sure I was going to say.
They're doing nothing with Wesley, but has he not been on TV these past few weeks in a kind of feud with Nathan Frazier and BC
Zion Quinn?
Zion Quinn has that not been a thing the past few weeks?
True, that's true.
Or that's something you said. You said that they are doing nothing with Wesley. They are using him. He is on TV,
and he's the focal point. Like he is the focal point. Like. He was feuding with Zion Quinn. He's getting the interviews. Zion Quinn is coming in. True. He's making the challenges. He's losing the matches. Nathan Frazier came in and challenged him. He lost the match. Now the Sangha stuff.
Like, I'll be the first to eat my words if they actually start building something to it.
I thought you guys were talking to me. I'm sorry.
No, but right now I'm just a little skeptical. Usually, what they do with like tag team guys, with one of the guys gets let go, they usually just like shelf the guy, or like they try to do something and he eventually is in the back burner, just sitting in catering. I'm a little I'm a little sour right now with WWE right now. Not even gonna lie. So
be sour with Nash Carter for fucking dressing up like Hitler and then sending his wife a picture of it so she could use it in their divorce. Don't be mad at WWE. WWE didn't dress him up like Hitler and send that fucking picture to Kimberly.
Even though it's probably something they would do, but that's not here or there.
No, I know what you're saying, Vince. Because you followed them.
When Wesley's face, what's his name came out, it was just like, bruh. His face really said, bruh, come on. But Matt, I know you like Mandy and the other two girls. I have to spit that because to me it just seemed like yes, Justin, I am. I don't watch it. This is the first time since the wedding of Dexter and Indy I've watched NXT.
What? Okay, go ahead.
So to me, it just seemed like she was whining, like, "Oh, why are they picking on me? Why is this? And boo hoo hoo! I should get what I want. I want my way.
True.
They shouldn't pick on me. I'm the champion." No, and the other two girls, that's the tag team champions as well. I didn't know. I got spit.
Gigi Dolan is fantastic.
Oh
Also, Katie, your hair is cute.
my god, thank you so much.
Hi, Cheyenne.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other spits or swallows from NXT?
Spinning Grayson Waller, because why the fuck? Nobody cares. Get him off. Boom. Next.
That is the most basic ass relationship between him. Like, those are the most basic white people ever seen.
Ken and Barbie type shit and burn the Barbie dolls.
But that's why it's there, so we can make fun of it, you know.
I suppose.
JJ,
What's
NXT, spit or swallow, since this is the first time you've watched it in a while.
Swallow.
It's not your turn, Justin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I let it dribble. It was some pieces it was good. Some of it was good, some of it wasn't. I ain't gonna spit it all the way out. That little just drips that just hangs that just like this long, yeah. Let it just drool right there.
Okay. Justin Santos Escobar.
I'm definitely swallowing NXT, man. I love NXT.
Miss Katie Kinsey, baby.
Swallow.
Vincente.
Yeah, I'll swallow NXT. Santos Escobar got the win, which is the most important thing.
I mean, Solo Sikoa got a win. That's the most important thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Roxy got a
well.
win.
Yep.
Last Legend got a win.
And your boy, Mr. Warren Hayes, is not a Lash Legend fan.
Give him some time.
I mean, I like Lash outside the ring, but in the ring, I get where Warren's coming from. She still needs some work. She's still green. She's still green.
She's working on it.
Sorry, they're touring, so she'll be able to get from more people.
But compared to Red Velvet, I mean, Lash Legend is more,
No.
Red Velvet?
Red Velvet is right here. Lash Legend is like the first, like right here.
I'm also going to swallow NXT. JJ, where would you like to go next? Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, or Rampage?
Raw, because I tried to watch it, but then I got sidetracked.
All right. Monday Night Raw. We kick it off with Omos versus Lashley in a steel cage. We spend about half an hour of MVP bragging about Omos and what he expects him to do tonight. Cedric jumps Lashley during his entrance, and there's a big brawl. But Lashley wins the match the same way he beat Umaga, by going through the cage and then touching the ground, because people are stupid and forget you probably shouldn't throw someone through the cage when the objection to win a match is to get both feet on the floor outside of the cage. We got Ali versus Theory. Theory says he needs a special guest referee. It's Miz. And also it's Veer as his opponent now. Veer gets the win. They're all going to put Ali through a table, but the Mysterios show up and make the save. Good to see them back, I guess. Still think Dominic should be down in NXT.
What's what the Mysterio hate?
What the fuck have they done?
You make it sound like they're Grayson Waller. Like, oh yeah, they're here, I guess.
No, they're far scarier than Grayson Waller.
Since, I'm not going to lie to you, Vince, since the pandemic, that's the way they fucking feel. The best part about the Mysterios is the fact that Dominic carries Ray like a backpack. But from the terrible eye for an eye feud to the terrible Miz and fucking Logan Paul bullshit to now this stuff with Veer, the Mysterios have done absolutely nothing to get
They were
me
tag
invested.
team champions. They were tag team champions.
Yeah, no, that was
True.
a great run. They had a fantastic run. I remember who they beat and who they lost the belts to. Anyway, Adam turns the women's number one contender 6-pack challenge into a singles match where it is just Asuka versus Becky, which we talked about at the beginning of the show as to why. I guess it was just fuck Nikki and Doudrop. Like, why not make it a fatal 4-way? But it is what it is. Little bitch defeats Roman's bitch in a singles match. So that happened. We got what's the problem? Are you confused as to who Little Bitch is versus Roman's
No, I
bitch?
just was not
It took-
expecting.
it took-
I wasn't either.
I was not expecting.
It took me a minute to figure out who the hell you were talking about, and I'm like,
Until
wait.
you said Roman's bitch, I was like, yo, what
Yeah,
happened?
yeah.
I literally
Yeah.
said last week he'd need the tribal queef in the face like a little bitch. So he's now a little bitch.
Okay, but you
I
say
know,
a lot
but
of things. I
It
wasn't
just came out of
expecting that.
nowhere.
Little bitch
Say
beats
a lot of
Roman's
things
bitch.
on this show.
We got a Liv interview. Liv said she can't move on. So Los Lotharios show up and offer a little bit of sexual healing, but she
Come on.
declines. And then AJ and
Bad
Finn
move
come in
there.
and they're like, hey, how about some spiritual healing? You can join up with us and come out and hang out with us and maybe be Bullet Club with us. And she says she has to think about it. Chad tells Kevin that the DNA tests for whether Elias and Ezekiel are the same person were inconclusive. We got the Sexecutioners promo. You should be erect in respect for the Sexecutioners. Just so you know, stand erect. Join the Sexecutioners now. More will join. Edge has his arms wide open. He doesn't look like a Creed member anymore, but you know how it works. It's not too late. AJ and the rest of them can join, which means there is still a chance for that women's brood. Liv can turn on AJ and Finn and join. Give it to me, WWE. And then we'll have another women's tag team again for the tag team tournament that's coming, seeing as you only have 2 tag teams.
Weird.
Two. You have Natalya and Shayna and Doudrop and Nikki Cross.
They
Yeah.
stopped teaming together.
Who
They
did?
stopped teaming.
Who did?
Shayna and Natalia, didn't they?
Since
aren't
when?
Didn't they not just have a tag match last week? Go
They were
Like,
just on SmackDown hanging out tonight, watching a match
Yeah.
side by side. The
I missed that
submission
part.
sisters are alive and well. That is really hard to say.
It's very hard.
Submission
Um,
scissoring sisters.
AJ and Finn defeat Los Lotharios. Liv does accompany them to the ring. Alexa defeats Sonya again. Sonya slaps the ref after the match because he was retying the turnbuckle that she untied and missed her pin attempt. So that's on you, bitch. Cody Rhodes promo. Great promo about how this is his second chance and he didn't take anything from Seth and he will never be Dusty. So he became the Nightmare instead and embraced the Nightmare in Hell in a Cell. And then Seth accepts the challenge from backstage, apparently in another arena because they said he wasn't here tonight, but clearly he was backstage somewhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Seth versus Cody, Hell in a Cell. We didn't see that coming at all.
No, not at all. Complete shock.
Totally out of left field.
We did it?
We got
did it?
some 24. No, we did, Justin. We did. We
God
did.
damn it, just-
Oh, okay.
Sarcasm.
I love how
I'm-
the sarcasm goes over. just
I
to
know.
say a lot.
I'm just.
A lot.
I'm kidding. But
we
for
got
real,
more-
did we not see it?
We have more 24/7 BS. Truth ends up serving Tozawa because he was in a trash can, and to think like a trash panda, or to catch a trash panda, you have to think like a trash panda. Truth wants his belt back, and Dana's like, no, fuck you. Like, I don't care that you officiated my wedding, served my divorce papers, did all of these favors for me, and tries to run away. She runs into Carmella, and then they take cheap shots at each other. Then Truth asks Carmella for help, and at first she's like, no. And then she's like, all right, I'll join back up with you, but only till I can get my hands on Dana Brooke, which is probably the best, most entertaining thing Carmella's done in her career. I mean, she was SmackDown Women's Champion, but that stuff with Truth was great. So hopefully this is the start of a turn back to that fun shit. We got a Lacey Evans promo, military, my little girl's military. I'm as good as everyone else.
You just froze for a second.
Yo, you froze
and then fast forward.
And then
I said we had a Lacey Evans promo. Military, my little girls, military. I'm as good as everyone else.
Okay. Heard it that time. Thank you.
Also, I wear lingerie to the ring.
Still does.
Riddle has an unintelligible pot haze promo. The Usos say fuck you bitches. Yeah, we gotta get that match, and I can't wait to talk about it. And then in our main
from Shin, cheap stuff.
I'm okay with it.
I'm sorry. Shin is not good. Well, not for plus size. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's nice to look at until I take it off. That's all that matters. That's what it's there for. It only needs to last about the 10 seconds it's going to take for me to get it off you once I see it.
Dang, I was going to say 5 seconds.
Uh-oh. Watch out.
You got some time.
And then in our main event, Asuka defeats Becky to become the number 1 contender for Bianca Belair's Raw Women's Championship. Thank God, because Asuka versus Bianca in a real match, as long as Becky doesn't get involved and fuck it up, should be fucking great. Obviously, I think the big spit is going to be the whole Sasha Naomi.
Yes.
Even though, we turn lemons into lemonade with Asuka getting the win and we're still getting that Bianca match, the fact that we were supposed to get something as a 6-pack challenge and the way WWE handled it, big spit.
Specifically how WWE is handling it. That's the big thing.
Yes.
Right.
Just fuck WWE.
Yeah.
What other spits and swallows do we have from Monday Night Raw?
I have a big swallow.
Okay.
Rhea Ripley in a fucking suit. God damn.
A wet nightmare.
Where's the sound effect for Katie? Need a sound effect.
Wait, I have a question though. The Bullet Club versus Los Lotharios match, was that for the rights of Liv Morgan or something?
No. It's not for the rights of Liv.
I know, but just because she interacted with both of them, and then
Justin, this is a pro-choice podcast. We don't give up women's rights in matches around here.
I know, because I was gonna say that's my spit. That would be my spit.
No.
Liv Morgan has the right to choose whoever she wants to hang out with. She will not be sold at auction via match in any way, shape, or form on Raw. I'm just hoping that she chooses to hang out with Rhea, Edge, and Damian.
And then we get to see Liv in a suit.
You don't think that's too many? You don't think that's too many people?
Dude, you didn't hear me?
No.
I want a female brood in that faction. I want Alexa, Liv, and Rhea as the female brood of that faction, rocking shit.
True.
In suits.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm against it. It's just I don't know, 5 people, 4 people in the faction is a little too.
What if it was the biggest plot twist ever? AJ, Liv, and Finn all fucking join.
Hold on, wait a minute. 4 people in a faction is too many.
No, I said 4 or 5.
Do you watch AEW?
Not only do you watch AEW, but you realize the greatest faction of all time, the NWO, had about 40 people in it at one point.
Oh, they're the greatest faction?
I think we determined that New Day was.
I thought, that's why.
We determined the New Day was the greatest faction of all time. I said one of the greatest factions of all time, the NWO.
Oh, I heard you say the greatest.
Oh, my bad. No,
you're good.
My bad.
I mean, either way, I'm for it too. Female brood, let's go. Either way.
Fuck yeah.
I have 3 specific swallows from the show, and other than that, it's pretty much that. It's Finn and AJ still continuing the Bullet Club banter, they're still too sweet in each other, fingers touching each other every single week.
Touching tips. They're touching tips.
Touching tips.
Yeah, it's glorious thing to see. 2, the possibility that matches said of Liv joining the Sexecutioners, reforming a tag team with Rhea, and then just being a heel tag team that could be in this tournament. And then last but not least, the Kevin Owens, Ezekiel, Elias great story. That's
one of the best things in wrestling right now.
It's the best thing in wrestling. It's the best thing on Raw. It's the best thing on WWE right now. It's hilarious, and even more so. Shout out to TC, where he pointed it out how this is just basically a jab and like an in joke at everyone that refuses to call wrestlers by their new WWE given names. Ironically enough, I keep calling Roxanne Perez Roxy because Roxy is just rolls off the tongue a little bit fast, but I think it's just hilarious. It's fucking hilarious the way that the DNA evidence got contaminated.
Yeah,
like and it keep, like I hate it so much that I love it. It's fantastic. And
it's
Kevin Owens is like it's the best. Kevin
I'm
Owens the best.
Sports entertained.
I am sports entertained. There you go. Those are my 3 swallows from the show. 3 and only swallows.
No.
Anyone else got swallows or spits from Monday Night Raw?
I mean, those are basically all my swallows. Asuka, Bianca, let's go. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm spitting everything Matt Riddle on that show. I'm stupid fucking promo. Him beating Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso, whichever Uso he fought. I don't remember which one. They're
Jimmy.
Roman's little bitches.
Jimmy,
Jimmy. Well, not anymore. Not after tonight. After tonight, they've graduated. We'll talk about that. Yeah, I think I mentioned Chad lost to Zeke, but I might have skipped that. So Chad did lose to Zeke in a match tonight after that Kevin Owens stuff. Cody Rhodes promo, like I was one of the people that said he was going to be mid-card Intercontinental Champion. I have been enjoying everything that Cody's been doing with Seth. I'm not going to sit here and cap and say that I'm not. So Cody's been entertaining as shit for me, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I want to spit Corey Graves consistently saying how unprofessional Sasha Banks and Naomi are on television. It really pissed me off to the point where I just turned off the television and it just had to like rewatch Raw later because it was annoying the way WWE again we already touched on it, but it's still just annoying and frustrating because literally Sasha and Naomi are out here just standing up not only for themselves but for the fucking tag team division that they want to build, and they decide to like just get up and leave because the creative just makes no fucking sense. They like here's the thing, if they wanted to be selfish, they just take those singles matches programs they were probably promised. Naomi was supposed to win and pin Sasha Banks for some reason, and then somehow Sasha Banks is going to go into a program with Ronda.
Well, they got that fixed. That was one of the things they got. That was one of the things that they got changed. That change was approved.
So. Well, supposedly it was approved, but then it led to like a producer throwing the hissy fit and just like screaming and calling them, what was it? Spoiled.
They had to fix their attitudes.
Fix their attitudes. That shit fucking pissed me off because it's like Brock Lesnar went ahead and threw a championship belt at Vince McMahon after WrestleMania, but no one did no press release on that shit. When Charlotte Flair does something backstage, I'm not condoning anything. I'm saying, but if she does something backstage, they don't do a whole press release. Like the whole press release still just pissing me off. It has nothing to do with the actual show itself, but it's still like the biggest spit of the week.
Two things.
It's just
one. I was giving Corey Graves slight credit because he is just doing his job. Right. I don't know how much he knew that was going on at the time. He was just being fed lines through his headphones, and his job is to repeat them. So I was I'm not.
Okay.
Let me finish. All right. But then Corey kind of doubled down on it on Twitter and posted something on Twitter about some bullshit and kind of backed himself into a corner. So I will agree with you on the spit of Corey. Yeah.
So to specify, I'm not spitting Corey because I didn't see that tweet. I didn't see anything on Corey Graves. I actually have him muted on Twitter, so I don't see anything of his on social media. But I was just spitting the fact that Corey Graves was saying that consistently, whether it was fed to him or it was by himself. I just didn't like that it was throughout the entire show. It's like, oh, they were being unprofessional throughout the whole show. It didn't sit well with me.
I only heard it once.
I heard it like once. They heard it they said it like 3 times throughout the show.
I also don't listen to commentary, so
that's true. I know JJ had a little point that she tried to slide in there about people telling black women to fix their attitudes on a regular basis, which we do not appreciate.
That's not even an attitude. That's that can I can go into a whole spill about that.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Go for it. Go off.
Because the words that they use are words that they're trying to
they're trigger words.
They're trigger words, right? Exactly. So like
the angry black woman to come out. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's like, why would they put that out there? That's the part that I think Vince is trying to spit is the handling and everything of
Like why do a fucking press release? Like they're literally trying to spew their WWE propaganda, trying to like change the narrative, make it seem like they're spoiled brats, didn't want to like do what they should have done in their match, when in reality they're out here not only like trying to fight for what they believe makes sense for their characters, because okay, so the idea was Naomi pins Sasha Banks, her tag team partner, to go over to win that match. Is that going to build to anything? No, it's not going to build to anything. It's just going to be tossed to the burner, and the tag titles are going to be irrelevant until like Money in the Bank. That's the big issue. Is they're not only fighting for themselves, but they're fighting for that tag division, and it's the whole thing. It's just it's frustrating because like CM Punk did this shit. He gets praised by the smart marks, but because a strong black woman did it, she just needs to be grateful and just like do what she's supposed to do.
Yes, man.
I'm letting you continue because I agree with everything you say, but I'm also going to point out that we had this discussion at the beginning of the show, and where the fuck was this at, bro?
Because Justin went off, and then you transition, and then I'm like, I didn't want to go off.
You could have been like, I got something to say.
I know I could have, but I didn't want to sit there and like rant too much at the start, and I was gonna restrain myself, but then we got to Raw, and then it just kind of came out.
The original point of doing it at the beginning of the show was so we didn't do it during Raw. That's why
I'm gonna do it on SmackDown too. So it was gonna happen regardless.
We'll get it all out now because you're not doing it on SmackDown. We don't have another 20 minutes to spend on ranting.
I'm done. I'm done. We can move on.
Okay. Overall, Raw spit or swallow?
Well said.
Spit.
And again, I agree with everything you said, which is why I let you continue. But we don't need to do this 3 times in one show.
I think I'm gonna dribble. Is that a new one? I'm gonna take the dribble.
Is that a new one?
So you're gonna do
what? I'll gargle only for the fact that I got to see the beginning of Omos and Cedric and Bobby Lashley. Just for that. Just for that. That's all I saw of Raw.
That's fair.
A lot of standing around.
I'm gonna gargle, but like the biggest reason I'm not spitting again, Rhea Ripley in a suit because.
Vince,
I said spit.
Sorry, Justin distracted me with dribbling.
No, I was the first one to say to give my thoughts, and I said spit.
I'm gonna spit as well because fuck Raw.
Yeah.
JJ, Dynamite,
Yes,
Rampage, SmackDown.
Rampage. Let's go all out of order.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like a plan. We kick it off with the House of Black defeating the Dark Order and Fuego del Sol. After the match, the Death Triangle comes out on the rampway and reveals a tombstone that has House of Black on it with a double or nothing poker chip in the tombstone. I guess that was a challenge. So probably gonna happen.
Good assumption.
That's a weird challenge. I'm just saying.
It's unique,
Yes.
It's different.
The Ass Boys and the Acclaimed do an interview. We find out that Bowens is injured and out. And what are we gonna do now? And Billy's sons are like, yeah, Dad, what are we gonna do? And then Max Caster says, yeah, Dad. And Billy ignores his own children, calls Max Caster his son, and speaks directly to him as if the other 2 kids are not there. FTR accepts Roppongi Vice's challenge to a tag team match, saying that if they beat Roppongi Vice, then they will be in position to get the IWGCP CUP tag team titles and another one, AW. I don't know. There was another tag team title that they wanted. Spears defeats Killian Dane, aka Big Damo, making his debut straight off Control Your Narrative.
Yeah.
calls himself the Giant Killer after the match. Wardlow's not a giant.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Wardlow's just beefy.
They're like the same height, aren't they? Like Sean Spears and Wardlow?
Almost.
I think Wardlow might be a little taller.
Yeah,
I think
he's not that much
short.
taller.
It's this tall. Yeah, I think
like
he is taller
Wardlow would be short or average height in WWE. Like he is not a giant.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he's not a 10 either.
He's just solid. He's just solid.
Yes. He does have an awkward, like I was looking at him when he came out and did the whole lashes thing that we'll talk about. He has an awkward, like he has a really long neck and like, I don't know, he just looked shaped awkward.
Oh, like the chest muscle part, like
no, like that I get, but then like there was like a really long neck that proceeded out of that. It looked weird the way he was standing. I don't know.
We'll talk about it.
I gotta look at it.
Katie will thirst over it later. Undisputed Elite segment. Adam and Kyle O'Reilly make out with each other for a little bit about their pending match in the finals of the Owen, which Kylo's not going to make it to. And then the Bucks challenge the Hardys to a match. Red Velvet loses to Chris Statlander, gets jumped by the baddies. Ruby comes down to make the save, gets her ass beat. Anna Jay comes out, and the baddies run off. Hook and Danhausen and Neeson Sterling have a package where two of them are training and the other two are not. We got a Men of the Year promo. They take shots at the Inner Circle and SCU, call out Sammy, but Sammy is outside, possibly in the parking lot somewhere, and he's like, hey, I've still got your belt. Do you want your belt back? Give me my match. I'm assuming he's talking about the intergender tag team match. They're like, what don't you understand about no? And Sammy's like, all right, well, I respect this title, but my friend doesn't. And he starts smashing it with a sledgehammer. And then Kazarian comes in and also starts smashing it with a sledgehammer. So another new TNT title. Like,
he didn't smash, he pounded.
He
was
pounded.
Going pound with it.
He was going to Pound Town with it. We got a Tony and Britt interview. Tony says if Britt tries any funny shit, she's going to give her a thorough oral examination and become her DMD. And then Britt storms off without a response. Jay challenges Anna Jay to a title match at Double or Nothing for her TBS championship. And in our main event, the BCC defeat Dante and Seidel. After the match, they are jumped by the Jagoffs, and I blame Chris Jericho 100% for the fact that Bryan Danielson's leg got stuck in between the ring and the rampway for 10 minutes, possibly causing an injury that we have no update on. That happened after we went off air. Kingston and Ortiz and Santana also came out and started brawling with everyone as we went off air.
Mr. JK Wade. What's a glory Wade?
I see that.
He didn't want to say hi.
Mm-hmm.
I want to wave at him, but the last time I waved at him, he said that's not how a man waves. So.
Damn.
That was a long time ago, right?
I remember everything.
He still has yet to forget it.
Oh man.
He never forgets.
AW Rampage Spits and Swallows.
I'm gonna swallow this one.
What specifically?
The House of Black. And their match. What's it called? The Anna Jay. We're getting Anna Jay versus Jay Cargill. That's gonna be good.
I mean the fact that we're getting the TBS title on the pay-per-view, that's
right. Oh, that's true. I totally forgot they had that one. But yeah, that yes. Yes.
Yes.
There wait to see what Jay's gonna come out with. What Jay's gonna wear, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, you know it's gonna be great.
That's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
I'll even swallow the Hook, Danhausen, and Tony Nese, Mark Sterling. It was entertaining. Danhausen just eating chips and shit while Hook is working out.
While he was hanging with one arm, Danhausen is great. Forget what Kyle from the Apron Club said. Kyle needs a friend. And Danhausen.
I fucking love Danhausen. He's the best part of that. Hook is sleepy toddler. But
it works though.
Danhausen creepy babysitter. It's fun.
That's
very nice, very evil. It's great.
Very nice, very evil.
Very nice.
I'll even swallow them destroying the TNT title because at least they're doing something and it's somewhat entertaining. Though I still would I'd rather see Scorpio Sky defeat Sammy and Sammy go away because not feeling Sammy right now. Like,
please go away.
Yeah, let's see what the new TNT title looks like. Like, if this is, here's the thing. Like, everyone's like, oh, tradition and belts and but like, if this is your thing where you just come out with new TNT titles every fucking few months, like,
I feel like everyone's had their own version of the TNT title so far. So
at least now there's a reason why they're bringing out a new version.
That's true.
I like reasons.
But you know what's funny? Like, how much did the title did they actually break? They didn't like really break anything.
They broke the TNT
just
off.
Just the TNT part just came off.
Well, I mean,
it's gonna get a new name. Maybe that's what it was signifying.
That'd be nice.
No, y'all think no, that's not gonna be like that.
I mean, at least this way, like the TNT Championship doesn't show up on TBS, and like vice versa with the TBS title on TNT. Like maybe they could do that with the TBS title, you know, just name it like other than like something different than the channel that they're on or not on.
Ended on the channel that they're on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
that makes sense.
They should switch the titles up. The men should be TBS title and then the women's one should be TNT title.
See, I disagree because Jade's on everything. Like Jade's not just on TNT. Jade does everything.
Yeah, she's
that's all. I'm swallowing Chris Statlander getting a dub.
Oh yeah,
love
that
Chris
match.
Statlander.
Yeah,
love Chris Statlander in this house.
I like the move that she did with the one hand, the one. What I don't know what she calls it, but the one hand lift.
Oh, yeah.
Do you get
like the gorilla press? But
yeah,
gorilla press.
Yeah.
We could call that the Uchi Kuchi Gagami.
There we go.
The Uchiwali? The Uchiwali?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Oh
Multiple names.
One mic, one hand, one mic.
Oh, listen to you. Listen to you, sir.
God damn.
The world is yours.
Oh my god.
Go ahead, Illmatic.
Didn't you watch this, right? You really love the show. You got any spit your swallows?
Yeah. I'm swallowing the fact that it's only an hour. I'm swallowing the fact that Denhausen was on there. So shout out to Denhausen. The only good thing that I probably would have watched. Spinning the fact that Rampage is part of our weekly recap because like it's just an hour and it's irrelevant to me. But yeah, just overall, like an hour of wrestling happened and I wasn't there to see it.
You know,
this disrespect spewing from this man's mouth.
For a second there, this felt like Mr. Warren Hayes' 52 nice things to say about Goldberg, where you were finding nice
fucking love that, by the way.
things to say about AEW Dynamite, but then you just spit Rampage. So you know,
dude, the House of Black versus Ferdinand Swan, that was great. The DDT at the apron,
but it's set up Death Triangle versus House of Black, which is what we wanted.
True.
I guess.
So, fuck out of here, I guess.
I'll swallow Mark Sterling for him, his character, him coming down behind the baddies with his crutch and brace.
Oh yeah,
I'll swallow that solely for that. I'll swallow.
He's doing his best,
and I'll swallow Red Clip for being Jericho's wrestler, sports entertainer of the week. Is that what it is?
Is that what of the week?
Yeah.
Spitting Jericho in general, because fuck.
Dang.
Spitting Jericho on yes, dude, he's terrible on commentary.
I mean, his commentary sucks. We're blaming him because Brian might possibly be injured now.
Spitting Jericho's existence, by the way, I forgot to spit his existence.
Swallowing anytime Ruby is on TV.
Indiana.
I don't like him that much either, but the commentary is okay.
No, Rampage has the worst commentary in all of wrestling.
Excalibur is doing his best with the things he's dealt with.
Yeah.
That's
true.
I'm swallowing Mark Henry every time he says it's time for the main event.
I wish they were doing more with Mark Henry though than just
honestly
being that guy.
He needs a t-shirt. That needs to be on a shirt.
No, put Mark Henry on commentary instead of Jericho.
That's true. Oh yeah, Mark Henry. Hell yeah.
He's on commentary. He's on commentary on Dark.
Well,
who he's on commentary on what? On what?
I watched Dark and Elevation. Yeah, and I sure do.
Wow.
That's
when it comes on.
At least one person's watching.
I was in the beginning.
So That's my wrestling at the beginning of the week.
AEW Rampage, spit or swallow.
Swallow.
There you go, Justin.
Swallow.
Good job.
Swallow.
Sidestep the whole
Swallow.
shot.
Get sidestep.
Just
Not even a
sidestep that.
choice.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
gargle undecidedly.
Fair.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna gargle
Fair.
Rampage.
I thought you would swallow just for the fact of House of Black.
Yeah,
know?
but the problem with the House of Black was they were wrestling the Dark Order and Fuego del Sol.
I knew that was going to be his reason.
So it's like 50% up, 50% down, because like don't give a fuck about
right in between. Perfect
Yeah.
gargle.
don't give a fuck about
Okay.
the whole second half of that match or their opponents in any way, shape, or form. Justin, SmackDown or Dynamite?
You know what? Let's save SmackDown for last. Let's go to Dynamite.
I will tell you this. This was front runner for my favorite show of the week.
Ooh, Dynamite
Was
Was.
front runner.
Oh,
Was.
was. I'm sorry.
God
I'm sorry.
damn
I'm sorry.
it.
Sorry.
Dear
sorry.
Was.
Sorry.
Samoa Joe in the opening match and in the
Joe.
Owen Cup tournament defeats the Joker, Johnny Elite. No, not Johnny Gargano. John fucking Morrison.
Johnny.
He is the Joker.
Sanjay, Satnam, and Lethal attack Joe after the match, and the average at best friends come down to make the save for some reason. Stale Hardys and Hardys Light argue in the back about the fact that the Hardys are old and have important things to do because they've only got so many bumps left on their bump card. And then the Young Bucks are all like, yeah, but we're like you, but way younger because you're the 2000s and we're the 2010s and 20s. No one gave a fuck about you guys in 2010. Shut the fuck up. Hangman defeated Takeshita. For Warren, I will do this. Konosuke Takashita.
Thank you.
So Konosuke Takeshita lost to Hangman. Fuego teams up with what's left of Dark Order and challenges House of Black for Friday, which we talked about already. Swerve and Lee defeat the Workhorsemen.
Workhorsemen.
The Workhorsemen.
Yeah.
Horsemen.
Horsemen.
Yep.
Yes. The work.
The four horsemen. Yep.
Who the fuck are these? Like, oh,
I
yeah, we're here. Who the fuck are these guys?
don't know.
JD Drake and some jackass I've never heard of, and JD Drake.
I
Anyway,
think JD Drake was in a tag team with Jake something.
who
Jake something.
That's
the
a
fuck is a
wrestler.
Jake something?
He's
That
a
is a
indie
wrestler.
wrestler from back in
That is a terrible fucking name.
compared
Yes,
to Walter.
yes,
Walter
I would take Walter all day over Jake something.
Shark Boy.
I take Shark Boy over Jake
Oh,
something.
no. Shark
Baby
Boy.
Shark?
Oh,
Baby
no.
Shark?
I take Baby Shark over Jake something.
Stone
And
Cold
when-
ET. Stone Cold ET.
I take Stone Cold ET over Jake something.
The librarian.
Terrible fucking name. No, JD Drake looks like he belongs in the NWA. I don't know why he's on Dynamite. Swerve and Lee say they are now a top 5 ranked tag team. Team Taz says, hey, you guys got to go through us before you can even think about the tag team titles. Jurassic Express comes out and they're like, hey, how about a threesome? Christian also sets up a threesome between Swerve, Starks, and Jungle Boy because there are issues there. So just threesomes all over the place for, the tag team titles picture. Red Velvet and Chris Statlander had an interview, which set up their match that Chris Statlander won. MJF gets off his annual whipping fetish and Wardlow no-sells 8 of the 10. MJF low blows Wardlow, then beats and chokes him with a leather strap, finished him with a shot to the face from his Dynamite Diamond cock ring. So that was a thing. Spears then hits his finish and pins Wardlow as MJF counts the 3 because MJF is a special guest referee in their steel cage match that Wardlow is going to escape to win. Rat Punky Vice challenges FTR for the ROH titles. Like I said, FTR accepted that challenge. FedEx loses to Kyle O'Reilly. Did not deliver this time. KOR moves on. Must be some inclement weather. FedEx had to delay. The Jagoffs and the BC and Kingston and Proud and Powerful have a face-off. Jericho makes a bunch of lame jokes about Regal, Bryan Danielson, proud and powerful. Jericho mentions fucking Kingston's wife again, or girlfriend. Jericho takes shots at Mox and Regal's addiction. Regal says, and this is my favorite part of the show, that the only thing that has kept him going in the wrestling business for all of these years is the fact that every time him and Jericho were on a show together and they weren't in a segment while Jericho was wrestling, he went in the back, went into Jericho's bag, went into his toiletries, took out his toothbrush and stuck it up his own ass and then put it back for Jericho to brush his teeth with. For years, Jericho has been brushing his teeth with William Regal's shit.
Good.
Decades.
Sounds about right.
That's long-term story booking
Vince,
right
there. As I finish Dynamite, I need you to think of a title that involves toothbrushes and William Regal's shit. That isn't going to be too long for a title.
That's your shit.
No, think about it. Don't just say the first thing that comes to your mind. We'll talk about it later. Regal says, or Jericho wants a stadium stampede. Mox like, fuck that sports entertainment bullshit. This is professional wrestling. So we're going to do a stadium stampede, but we're not going to call it that. It's going to be a 5-on-5, no DQ match.
Anarchy in the arena is what it's called.
Call it anything but stadium stampede, but it's going to be a stadium stampede.
Right.
Kingston says to get in the ring and let's fight, bitch. The Jagoffs leave. Kingston and Bryan Danielson get into it because Kingston tries to chase after them. Bryan's like, no. Also, Jericho poked at the fact that Kingston and Danielson don't get along. So that was that. Martin and Seidel challenged the BCC to a fight. For some fucking reason, they're back together and they didn't explain it. We saw how that ended. Britt defeats Maki Idaho in a women's qualifier match.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Maki was the Joker, and this was an actually more enjoyable Joker than John Morrison was. So, like, shout out to them. But yeah, no, Maki Idaho takes the L. Serena Deeb yells at Tony Schiavone for picking Rosa to win. Then Dustin comes out and she yells at him too. Both her and Dustin had to swallow a lot to succeed, apparently. Apparently, Dustin has no balls. Rosa tries to attack Deeb, but Justin pulls her back. Shame on you, Justin. Why are you
Damn it, Justin.
These Latin women from getting their revenge on these white bitches?
No
ends up catching a belt to the face. Jeff Hardy loses to Adam Cole. Thank fucking God. The UE then beat up the Hardys, and Darby makes the save, or comes down to save his daddy and granddaddy. Sting follows and gets crippled. So you got Darby Allin, his father Jeff Hardy, and then his granddaddy Sting, who comes down, and that poor old man got crippled.
Jesus.
You see why this was my favorite show this week until
SmackDown. Yep.
Yeah.
I have to swallow Dynamite.
Okay,
there's some things I want.
Justin,
specifics.
You listen to the show every week. You've been on the show tens of times.
No, I was gonna get there.
Specifically, what are you swallowing?
Okay, so I'm swallowing. Okay, I'm swallowing like the Johnny Elite Samoa Joe match. You know, that was good, obviously. Although I do kind of I do have a question. How is that cartwheel clothesline able to knock down Samoa Joe?
How was any of his offense able to knock down anyone?
Yeah, that's true.
Listen,
okay.
I'm spitting that match just because since he has been off WWE TV, I have not had to hear the words parkour or the word parkour for a very long time. And sure as shit, this man shows up on Dynamite, and the first thing I hear is his parkour style. Like, The Office ruined that fucking word for me, and if I never hear it again, it'll be too soon.
Yeah. Oh wow, damn.
Terrible fucking skit.
It is.
What's it called? Yeah, I mean the other stuff. Okay, so the Jeff Hardy Adam Cole match was kind of good, right? What I will spit though was
the best part about it was Jeff lost. I'll swallow that.
He lost, but then Adam Cole, you know how Adam Cole does that super kick when somebody's doing a flip or something? It was like a baseball slide. Right, like the timing was so off, you know,
okay.
And I felt like their whole match was so off. But you know, like you said,
careful, he's listening.
Yeah, he's right fucking here. He's listening.
No, I don't have a problem with Adam Cole. It's Jeff Hardy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so like, you know, I mean, and then at the end, we're like, you know, Darby came out and Sting came out and the whole thing with the Bucks and the super kicking and all that. I thought that whole sequence was good too. So
I enjoyed Sting no selling the chair shot. I was mad that he then did not no sell the double super kick, because I feel like a chair shot is way more damaging than the Young Bucks doing anything ever.
I will always swallow Kyle O'Reilly spots with a chair because they're just so funny to me. I'll always remember in War Games where he just hits it off the ropes and just bounces back in his face. And Sting just like throwing it at him. Like that's funny to me. So I always follow that.
I'm gonna swallow Britt Baker versus Maki Itoho.
Yep. That was a good one.
I'm gonna spit it.
Really? You didn't enjoy Maki Itoho?
It was good, but the fact that was just for entertainment and not actually a match. That Chris Statlander and Red Velvet was better than them.
Fair.
That's the only reason why.
Like it was given away on free TV kind of thing.
Yeah. I need a match, not no fun stuff.
I got you.
Vincente. We can't hear you.
Oh God.
And you're not muted. I did not mute you.
All right. What about now?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Did you turn your own mic? Did you mute yourself?
Oh, so it has my mic has a mute button. I forget it's there, and sometimes I accidentally hit it. But yeah, I'm spitting Jericho's existence once again because he existed on my television screen. Swallowing the fact that Johnny Elite came out and it wasn't actually Johnny Gargano, and that's who the fuck AEW got. That shit made me laugh. I literally say what? No. But who came out as the Joker? Because like so many people were like, "Oh, like it's Johnny Gargano."
It wasn't gonna be I mean, I was one who like got like, oh my god, Johnny Elite, Johnny Gargano. But like, you also had to think about the fact that they weren't gonna make these Jokers like people we really, really wanted to see, because we knew Joe was gonna advance and we knew Britt Baker was gonna advance.
Yeah, no, I think it was funny because so many people were like fantasy booking who the Joker was going to be, and of all people, it was Johnny Elite, John Morrison, Johnny Muno, whatever the fuck you want to call him. I busted out laughing. I thought that shit was hilarious. I saw that shit on my that was funny. That was dumb. I didn't care because I knew Joe was going to get the win. It was like I just like you know, like he's like so irrelevant to me that I thought it was like hilarious.
I mean, but wasn't that kind of the point though, to have Johnny Elite, right?
I don't know. I just thought it was funny, so I'm just swallowing it because I got a chuckle out of it. I got a kick out of Johnny Elite because like some people were really like hyping it up. So like I thought it was funny because that's all they got.
You're like laughing at the fans.
So I'm swallowing at the fans overhyping it, and then them getting Johnny Elite.
I'll swallow the fact that they didn't turn the lights off for Johnny.
Oh yes, they always do that shit. They always do that.
So
yeah,
I swallowed just for that.
I'm spitting the fact that he didn't have his drip stick.
Oh, well, that's a WWE property.
That's your favorite part about him.
That was the only good part about him.
I mean,
also,
it's
why
there.
does he have more names than fucking Travis? Like,
no Johnny Elite, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact. What else?
Johnny Drip,
Johnny Drip, Johnny Nitro.
John
Morrison. He's had more. This is the perfect time to Wikipedia the guy.
Do we have any?
Has he ever been just Johnny?
I never thought I would say this on a podcast, but I'm swallowing William Regal sticking a toothbrush up his ass.
No, I'm swallowing the fact. No, I'm gonna swallow the fact that he did it just the week before to
Garcia.
Nick Jonas Garcia.
Nick Jonas Garcia.
Doesn't look like a Jonas brother.
I will swallow the Takashi match with Heyman.
It was a great
match. That was a great match.
Take a shit up.
Take a shit.
Take a shit.
And the lashing. The Wardlow lashing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was great. I mean, it also kind of like gave me trauma because I was also thinking of a time when like my dad would whoop my ass too. I was taken back like,
I bet you didn't no sell like Wardlow did because, dude, I was watching that shit and I'm like, how are you not even fucking flinching? Like,
because there was a part where he hit the neck, right?
Yeah,
it was right?
It was the 9th lash was finally the one where they hit in the same spot and he finally made a face. But I was like, dude, you took 8 fucking whips and just shrugged that shit off. That is some gangster ass shit.
Yeah, the first one.
Wait till you get a switch. Wait till you get a switch with that 8. Yeah, I got beat with switches. So,
damn.
We go. Yeah,
did she make you go out and pick your switch?
No, my dad did that. My dad made my older sister do that. Oh, and there was and if she didn't go do it, I had to go get it. And I would get the tennis.
Oh my god!
So she had her choice. She didn't want to get her own, so I had to go get it for her. Yeah.
I mean, like I think me and Vince can relate. Like if the in our culture it wouldn't be belts, it'd be slippers.
Chanclas.
Chanelas, yeah.
Chanelas.
Or for me personally, it'd be like a bamboo broom,
Curling iron.
Yeah, damn. What is this, like the movie Saw over here?
Brooms. Not with the bristles, just the broomstick.
Oh, the stick, yeah.
Yeah, in the black home, you get whatever's available, what's worth.
True.
I got beat with the remote, but we ain't gonna go there.
I was gonna say, do we have any more domestic abuse stories?
Consensual ones?
Not the remote.
I mean, I doubt any of that was consensual. I doubt anyone agreed to be beaten with a remote, an extension cord, a curling iron, a bamboo broom.
PS4 controller cable.
What?
No, the PS2 controller cable. It's like the PS2.
That shit's thick. That shit is thick.
Do we have any consensual domestic abuse stories we want to tell real quick? Like any whippings behind closed doors that you've taken from a lover?
Gosh.
Yeah, I like to get kicked in the face and get stomped up.
He's right next to me. I don't want to say it.
You're trying so hard to be Katie right now.
No,
you wish.
You get the Nikita Lyons type pin.
Wait, what?
The Nikita Lyons where she like.
Has anyone dropped a split on your face?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't want to know the answer to this question.
Not recently.
What are you the one doing it though? Are you the one doing it?
Wait, hold on. Wait. Pause. Are you saying you've done it or it's happened to you? JJ, I'm talking to you. I saw that hand raise. Either you've done it or it's happened to you.
Oh shit!
Oh, I've done it.
Oh, okay.
I've done it.
Okay.
I didn't know if you were saying that it's happened to you.
No, we are not. No, we don't go that way.
Well, good for Mr. JJ.
Oh, and before. So we're not gonna go that way.
We got any other spit swallows from Dynamite?
I spit the promo, man, with Jericho. That was way too long. And then like how he was trying to get some shit over with the whole I'm a wizard and all that bullshit. And then
it's terrible.
Yeah, and then he was talking about how like it didn't make sense how he led from like how he was trying to diss him and then he led to John Moxley's like rehab thing.
Yeah. And he ain't got no piece of shit.
Oh, like he was talking about how Daniel Bryan's got like such a virgin or whatever. Like he has to try like cigarettes or drinking, and then if you do, then you end up with John Moxley or some shit. It made no sense.
He came talking when his wife was at the Capitol on January 6th, but I digress.
True.
Once again, spitting Jericho's entire existence.
Yes, I did. So I'll spit that. Yeah.
All right. I am gonna swallow Dynamite. Like I said, this was front runner for my favorite show come Wednesday. Katie?
I'm swallowing Dynamite.
JJ?
Swallow.
Justin?
Oh, I swallow for sure.
Vince?
I'll swallow.
Here we go. Oh. Wow.
Look at that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main event.
Oh,
SmackDown, baby.
Let's go.
So we kick it off with the Bloodline in ring cutting a promo. It's all about the unifying the tag team titles, how they're going to be the first ever Raw and SmackDown tag champs. I had a whole debate with TC. Technically, semantics, yes, this is the first time a tag team will hold the Raw and SmackDown titles because they are the Raw and SmackDown. This is not the first time a tag team will have unified tag titles that were exclusive to a brand, but they were not called the Raw and SmackDown tag titles. So there. And Roman loves the twins, and we know why, because they're fucking winners.
Twins are always winners.
Sammy loses to Shinsuke. This man really thinks he's part of the bloodline, and I don't know why. Yeah. We got a Happy Corbin promo. He babbles about Moss, makes us watch him cripple a man twice, and then breaks the Andre trophy. And in an alternate universe somewhere, the Giant is still the son of Andre, and he came out and whooped Corbin's ass for that.
Shut up.
Gulak loses to Gunther. Gunther puts Gulak in the Boston Crab after the match, and then Ricochet basically comes out to let us know that Gunther's going to be the next IC champion. So thank you, Ricochet, for sacrificing yourself to the glory of Gunther. Max Dupree, aka LA Knight, introduces himself and his brand to Adam Pearce, says he was hired by Sonya, and Adam's like, well, Sonya's kind of under investigation. This probably isn't going to work out. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. I've got a contract. You should probably call your lawyer. RK Blows does an interview. Riddle sucks at promos. Randy doesn't know grammar because he keeps saying the 3 most dangerous letters. And bro is not a fucking letter. I don't care if you're a Slytherin. I don't care if you're a first ballot Hall of Famer. Bro is not a fucking letter.
He's not wrong.
Aaliyah cries more about not knowing how doors work and blaming Shotzi for her own misgivings. Shotzi puts Raquel in her place and then unfortunately loses to Raquel in the match. That was some bullshit. Woods challenged Butch to a match 1v1. Butch loses to Woods, throws a hissy fit. Woods then gets stopped on the rampway by Sheamus and Ridge and then attacked from behind by Butch, who made a very long circle through the crowd around the ramp to do so. Woods says next week Kofi will be back and he has a tag team partner in mind for a 6-man tag. And I am very fucking curious as to who will be joining Kofi and Xavier.
Do we have any predictions?
I do not.
I know.
Oh, they will not be Omos.
It's not Omos.
I don't know. I won't watch it.
Shelton Benjamin.
I was thinking maybe that would be a good one. Shelton Benjamin. Man, I wish they would just. Kevin Owens would be great. Remember?
Well, I was going to say Ezekiel is a choice too. I could see them rocking with Ezekiel.
Oh.
I don't know. No. I know there's no brand split, but I figured they'd go with someone on SmackDown.
Cedric. Wait, forget about Cedric.
He's still Raw.
Yeah, Cedric. I feel like he's still like trying to become part of the Hurt Business again, though.
Right.
Like,
even though it's not a thing anymore.
The only reason I said Shelton was because Shelton ain't been doing shit.
Right. No way.
If only they didn't fire all of Xavier Woods' friends, then he could have called one of them.
Yeah.
No, Justin.
No way, Jose.
No, Justin.
No way.
No,
Jose.
No way.
Jose.
No, wait. Come on. It was great.
No, it wasn't. No.
Then we had Adam Cole be unprofessional and do the whole women's tag title announcement. That happened.
Michael
Cole.
Jesus,
Adam Cole's
what's with the Adam Cole slander?
I just put Cole down. I now have a habit of when I see Cole, I say Adam Cole. My bad.
Michael J. Cole.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, your new unified WWE Tag Team Champions, the Usos, defeat RK Blows. And not only do they defeat them, but the Bloodline smashes Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
After the match, wrecks this man. In the name of Matt Ritter, I specifically heard Roman say, Ritter over Riddle, get that bitch. It happened. I heard it. It was for me, ladies and gentlemen. And that is why the new tag team champions, unified WWE tag team champions, is my first swallow. And the reason why I'm swallowing SmackDown, and it was my favorite show of the week.
Yeah.
Tag team champions, Ritter over Riddle, baby. Smash that little bitch. That's what you get for knee and Roman in the face and running away. Fuck you, Matt Riddle. Anyway.
Oh my god.
We gotta talk about SmackDown after that. The show is done, and you got to swallow. The show is done. That's basically it now.
You guys got any other spits or swallows from SmackDown?
I don't really have too much spit. I mean, maybe Sami Zayn thinking that he's part of the bloodline. You know, that's kind
Corbin.
of Corbin's a spit. Oh,
Sucks.
Corbin out there looking like, I was like, get your Jason Mraz looking ass over here.
I would swallow Corbin at the fact that he may get the lone wolf. He kept on mentioning it, so in my mind, I think the lone wolf is coming back.
That'd be nice.
Okay,
Will I watch it? No.
No.
I would swallow.
Swallowing Shotzi being on TV, spitting
Yes.
or losing to Raquel.
Yes.
Yep. And then they're spitting, like, why are they having Raquel smile all the time?
I don't know.
I mean, I know that was talked about before, but like, it's just like, still again, what?
Why? It's weird. Stop it.
No. I mean,
She's smiling like Mia Yim in the ring when she's in the
wow.
ring. Yeah. Mia
You
Yim.
said she smiles like Mia Yim?
No, well, like Mia Yim, she is smiling when she's in the ring.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like a
You're not
ghost
supposed
thing.
to be smiling, unless that's your character.
Got you. I got you.
It's a weird thing WWE does with their baby faces where they're like, go out there and smile and be happy because you're a baby face. Like, that's not Raquel. That's not Raquel.
Yeah,
Rodriguez.
exactly.
Don't tell women to smile.
Yeah, please don't tell women to smile.
That's
Now
Um,
the I had full.
Ooh.
Vince,
right
you got
about
it?
that?
Vince,
Don't
you got
tell
any
me
spits or
quiet.
swallows?
Don't tell her to calm down either.
Yeah, I'm spinning the fact that you muted my video.
What happened? Oh, what?
Was I the only one who noticed at first?
I noticed right away.
I thought he had to go somewhere.
Besides you.
I couldn't tell if Vince noticed right away. I just saw him looking down at his phone and I was like, I'm going to do this and see how long it takes him to see that his video got cut out.
No, I noticed right away. Like, I was still paying attention, but I was looking at the SmackDown roster to see who could be the third person. Like, I'm literally just going through my phone. I'm trying to do research here for the show, man. Trying to do my due diligence.
And I was trying to be funny.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Swallowing Shinsuke versus Sammy. They always have good chemistry to deliver. I thought the match was really good. I enjoyed it personally. I'm gonna swallow the main events. I thought the rifle team should have won, and they did, and then they beat the shit out of Randy Orton and Matt Riddle. I don't have anything personally against Randy Orton, but the ass whooping was just a sight to see. Also, Butch versus Xavier Wood was a fantastic match. I really liked that. I thought it was a really good match. Butch, and the fact that they're still calling Butch's finisher the bitter end, at least they're keeping something from like past continuity. So there's that. I'm swallowing the intrigue and curiosity of who this third mystery man is going to join. I doubt it'd be Big E, but man, like, how great would it be like if it was Big E?
True.
How great would it be?
Like, there is
Negative,
almost 0% chances Big E, but
negative chances of it being Big E.
Yeah, I know. Sasha and Naomi have a better chance of returning than it being. Spitting Michael Cole's little press thing before the match,
swallowing Pat McAfee's face the entire time because
yes, Pat. It's
yeah.
Pat McAfee was silent.
He was silent and was making faces. Also, too, some people were saying that based off of Michael Cole's body language, it seemed like he didn't want to say what he wanted to say.
Because he's friends with Sasha and Naomi.
Yeah, he's
a bigger Sasha stan than you, Vince.
Yeah.
It's always boss time when Michael Cole sees. It's always boss time.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I don't think anything want to say what they're told, but they're given those lines,
Except Corey Graves. Corey Graves just strikes me as
he probably would say that with so much enthusiasm and joy.
Well, Corey Graves hates women, so
what? Yeah. Whoa, where is this coming from?
How many times does he talk shit about women on commentary during their match, i.e., Dana Brooke? Get the fuck out of here.
I thought it's because he's a heel.
It's Dana Brooke.
But stop. But you don't gotta. But stop.
He doesn't like.
True, bad example. It is Dana Brooke though.
I will say, I think Carmella and Sasha have had some sort of beef. like little beefs, and Corey Graves strikes me as a guy that was like, man, fuck Sasha.
I feel like the majority of women have had beef with each other in some way, shape, or form backstage, so that shouldn't fucking matter. And can we just move on?
What? No, continue.
I have talked about this so much this week.
Okay. You talk about
I'm exhausted.
I don't like that they did that right before her husband's match. I thought it was like, was that by design? Was that by design?
Speaking of that, I'm swallowing. I'm spitting the fact that they won the title solely at the fact that he did not say anything regarding what's going on with his wife.
Yeah. I mean, could he though? Could he?
Sorry. He could. Yes, he could. He really
we don't necessarily know that he didn't say anything, and
he did post her on Instagram, like just like Shayna Baszler posted
like, the pictures of like Naomi and Sasha together.
Yeah, when they won the titles.
We're assuming to show solidarity.
Well, I'm not on Instagram. I didn't know.
I'll say, and you never know. Naomi might have told him, like, go out there and do your thing. Like, let me fight my battle, and you go win those tag team titles. Because he could have gone into the office and been like, listen, until you guys straighten shit out. Like, thank God he didn't, because solidarity or not, I did not want to see those titles on Arcade Blows. But
that's my biggest swallow. Man, that's my biggest swallow. Is the Usos getting the unified titles. Also because it's AAPI month. So let's go. You know what I'm saying? Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, you know?
I'm not going to lie and say that's the first time I came to AAPI this week, but it definitely was the most recent time.
Okay, cool. We here.
Shout out. We having our little thing tomorrow.
What y'all got?
Outlet tomorrow.
Okay.
We having an Asian celebration at an Mexican outlet. In Indianapolis. Yes.
That is the most Justin thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh God.
As Vince said, he is Hispanic adjacent.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
I don't know where Vince went, but obviously overall Spitter Swallow, SmackDown Swallow.
And swallowing the kids crying, man, that was hilarious.
That's great humor.
That was hilarious.
I have never enjoyed children tears more in my life.
Gosh, if I had my phone, really I would put the picture of you. Fuck them kids.
I'm gonna assume Vince was swallowing until he gets back. So don't tell me. Okay, it did freeze. All right, Katie, favorite show of the week.
Oh gosh.
I'm going. I know. I think I know what the overall is going to be here, but I'm going to go Dynamite. But SmackDown close second.
Okay, Justin.
Oh, see, this is tough because, like you, I want to.
I don't expect everyone to agree with me. I'm only doing it because Arcade Blows got the shit.
No, I know, but like the match, though, the build to the match just made SmackDown good, though. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think I'm gonna go Dynamite. There's just way too much going on. You know,
Dynamite.
Swerve and Keith Lee, you know, the Hangman match, the lashing. What's up?
Did he just...
Vince, did you just say your favorite show of the week was Dynamite?
He said
Dynamite.
Holy shit.
That means he actually watched it live.
Is the world ending?
Did you watch it live, Vince?
I watched it live up until the Jericho stuff. Then I waited till the next day and skipped all the Jericho stuff, and then watched the rest of the show. I'm glad, like I said, there was a lot of good stuff on Dynamite, except for like Jericho. Also, like, yeah, FedEx didn't actually get the win, but he still delivered on a fantastic match. Once again, FedEx delivers 2 weeks in a row. So yeah.
On time.
Also, like Keith Lee, Swerve, like I guess they're a tag team.
Yeah, I love that tag. That's a great tag.
JJ,
what was your favorite show this week?
Anytime I get Keith Lee and Swerve on TV, I'm swallowing.
So Dynamite was your favorite show this week.
And on another end, Everything Pro Wrestling, I get to say Ricky Spanish whenever Ricky Starks come out.
So by almost unanimous decision, best show of the week this week was Dynamite, but best thing that happened all week was Riddle getting smashed. Yeah, Katie, tell everyone about your podcast, which just dropped, and all the fun places they can find you. Also, as long as I find out that Vince is either not watching Dynamite and or Rampage, expect to see a lot more Katie around here. So we'll see how that goes into the future. Though, if Queen PR is on next week, I already plan on having you back on anyway. So we talked about that. You set that up. So
I did.
Yeah.
So you can follow me on Twitter at KatieWrestling13, link tree in my bio to take you all things She Elite Showcase, twitch.tv/She Elite Showcase. We're going early 6 p.m. ish Eastern now, which makes my life so much fucking easier. YouTube, go subscribe to that. Audio, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. She leads like the fucking bubble recap we do, which Matt said just dropped. Go check that out. Inside the Mind of is an interview series I do. The latest one with Travis is out. I'm in the works of getting a few more done soon, like June-ish. So hopefully it's coming soon. In the Crowd collab show I do, turn into a game show. And then New Japan Takeover is the show my co-host Savannah does. It's all about New Japan. It's not my thing. I just upload it and do what she tells me to do. Yeah, that's all there. I do a lot of things. I'm on a lot of shows. We were on the Havoc Hour. It's a thing. I was on Botched Spots and Chair Shots. I got it right. On Tuesday. If you want to hear me more in detail about the things that we're talking about, you can go watch that.
Justin, you want to tell us about all the places Not Get Show we can find you?
Well, I mean, if you enjoy me, you can retro listen to the old Get Your podcast episodes. But if you can't find me, Marks and Mike just dropped an episode where your boy's on there. You know what I'm saying? So
shout out to Marks with Mike's.
Shout out to Marks and Mike's. Whiskey Dicks.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if you know, you know. Shout out to the cafeteria. If you know, you know. But yeah, if you can't find me there, you can find me here. So
hell yeah.
Also shout out, Spitzer Swallows. Right?
Yeah. SOS Society. I was gonna do a WrestleMania Backlash, but I'm like, man, I'm gonna fuck about WrestleMania Backlash. So Spitzer Swallow happens when the pay-per-view is good, or like if we watch the pay-per-view.
Or you have an idea.
Maybe. I'm thinking about doing a Spirit Swallow from Multiverse of Madness, but we'll see. I make no promises. I just drop stuff and then like promote it the following week. I make zero promises.
Yeah.
Do your thing, Vince. Tell us about your stuff.
Oh, I thought we were still like on with Justin and whatnot. I thought he still had some more stuff to.
I have no shows.
All right.
Justin podcast hops.
Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SESVince. The link tree in my bio will take you to everything Spit or Swallow, everything Creation World, and everything Straight Talk, like basketball, Pokemon, that kind of stuff. Go ahead and subscribe, follow, download the latest Straight Talk episode. We're going to be talking more basketball, especially with the NBA draft coming up soon. So go ahead and check that out. If you get burnt out with all the wrestling content, there's some basketball content for you where just 9 times out of 10 is usually showing up. So yeah, check that out.
JJ, you want to tell them?
I don't have any socials. Nope.
No?
I come on there.
She doesn't accept online.
All right, then. Don't follow JJ anywhere. But she is a great supporter of a lot of podcasts. So we thank her for that, for being here as well and entertaining us as she always does.
With my talk time.
You can find me at MattRidder on Twitter only, Twitter and Instagram. Smackin' a Raw Pod. I run the Twitter. Vince runs the Instagram. Creation World is the banner under which the Smackin' a Raw podcast exists. So you guys can go check them out at creationworld.com, Twitter and Instagram at The Creation World, TheCreatia World, and Facebook.com/Creation World. Also, there's Facebook.com/group/Smackin' a Raw. And if you are a fan of the CW universe, stuff that is seemingly coming to an end, go check out Super Flashy Arrow tomorrow. Still no word on when Dungeons After Dark comes back, but 1.5 thousand of you watched us on Pornhub for some reason, so thanks for that. Hopefully we get an episode 2 very soon. Also, Linktree slash creation world is where you can go to get the merch and go check out that shirt that I mentioned and other great stuff. I'm thinking about doing a different variation of the Smackin' Raw podcast t-shirt with our little Funko Pops on it, releasing that, and something specific for Vince. So he has his own shirt, which I mentioned to him and he was not paying attention to like a few weeks back. So look for that stuff coming out as well. For that friend that is always sleeping on someone's couch because he got kicked out of his home, Justin Santos, Miss Katie Kinsey, Bay of the She Lead Showcase, my co-host Vince Delgado, and our favorite listener, Miss JJ Wren. I am the Warden Matt Ritter, the patron saint of podcasting, and this has been Smackin' It Raw, the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub.
We the ones, bitch.
Riley Reed, join us.
Ritter over Riddle.